How we doing, baby? How we living? We're back with another video. Changing it up a little bit, dude. I don't really talk COD, you know what I mean? Not a big Warzone guy, but back in the day, there was a time, back in my prime, where I could really hold my own. So, I think I'm gonna go from start to finish. I'm trying to see, is there any games that I don't know here? But I'm pretty sure, yeah, these are really the big boys. These are really the games that anyone kind of gives a fuck about. So I'm gonna start probably from worst to best. Okay, worst game, worst Call of Duty game ever. Ever. Ooh, Infinite Warfare is fucking trash, dude. So it's like, here's the thing. It's like they doubled down, right? They were like, what was they technically tripled down, right? I'm trying to remember. Was that was okay? Yeah, that was after Black Ops 3, if I'm correct. So Advanced Warfare was experimental, right? Like, okay, this is new. They didn't know if people would like it or not. Black Ops 3, like, they didn't fully go for it, but they kind of were still not both boots on the ground. And then, so this is literally, if, like, you want to play a shitty version of this, this is where you go. I mean, dude, I literally only bought this for MWR. That was it. I mean, horrible, bro. Like, normally, dude, like, I think the most I've ever put into, like, a COD game was, like a month. Like, I hate that I admit that, but a month. I might have put, like, 8 hours in. And I was just like, I can't do it. Cannot do it. It's just a worse version of Advanced Warfare. So if you don't like Advanced Warfare, you'll fucking hate the game. All right, and then what's gonna match it there is gonna be Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 is the game I've played the least. I might have played like an hour, so I can't sit here and give you like the nitty gritty game mechanics. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy, pal. But one thing I will say, dude, is like I just didn't fuck with it. It was weird. Like you have to heal yourself in COD. Like, what the fuck's going on there? It was just like a lot of, I don't know. It just wasn't a good game. Like maybe if it was outside of the Call of Duty franchise, I could be like, okay. Like if it was like just a random shooter, maybe I'd enjoyed it a little bit more. But the fact that you have, you know, crazy games throughout the years that are like the games, they're pivotal. Like it's just not what you expect COD to be, and that's why I'm like trash. Okay, but those are honestly like the only two like trash games. Like trash. Everything else is at least playable in my opinion. Like these are the only two games like you'd have to actually pay me money to play. I ain't playing them. Okay, now this is kind of difficult, man. What would I put and where? Maybe I'm showing my bias by doing that. I mean, I think World War II. Yeah, I think World War II's a C. It was cool. I liked it. It was a change of pace. I feel like World War II, though, it gets glorified because it was the first boots on the ground, like, game, I believe, to come back. The supply drop stuff was kind of weird to see in a Call of Duty. I mean, that was done before, but I just felt like that was even more expanded on compared to the years previous. I mean, they had, like, that 1v1 range or whatever, from what I remember. I didn't play it a ton. I probably played it, like, maybe I put a week into it. I don't know. I've played like all these different CODs at this point. You kind of forget like the OP guns. From what I remember, the maps are kind of dog shit though. Didn't play the campaign. I heard it was pretty good, to be fair. It was playable. Like that's the thing. It was a playable COD. Like I can have fun with it, but it wasn't my favorite COD by any stretch. And then my other one that would probably be like C tier would be Ghosts. I mean, Ghost got a bad rap because it came off of Black Ops 2. I'm not saying it was great. They had the dogs, you had the sliding knife, a little bit different. I believe like the way like you create a class was like pretty weird from what I remember with like all the perks, and like half of them didn't really do shit. But it definitely got a way worse rap. Like if that game came out today, people would hate on it way less just because the fucking new Call of Duty sucked. So I don't think it was horrible, once again, if it was a standalone game. But I think compared to other franchise, you know, other big titles in the franchise, it does not hold up whatsoever. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I would put at C. No. And by the way, they're all subjective. This is my list, you know? Honestly, B would be Advanced Warfare. And people are going to be like, what are you talking? Like, some people put it trash. And I get it. I understand. I get where you're coming from. And I know I'm completely contradicting myself with the whole Black Ops 4 argument. But I had fun with it. It was the game I honestly probably, other than maybe Black Ops 1, I might have played the most. It had to do with the fact that I was good at it. You know, I'm not saying I was fucking scumpy, but I could ball back in the day. I could definitely ball. That's, you know, and maybe it was just more of a memento, just like the fact that I was like really like grinding it. But I don't know, I enjoyed it. I understand the qualms. I understand like the, you know, like I remember like the Obsidian Seed and the Inferno were ridiculous, and forget the fucking gun that looked like a Tommy gun. I forget what it's called, dude. It's been a minute, bro. Come on. I should have done a little bit of research, but fuck it. Maps were decent. Solar is an iconic map. I mean, dude, Solar is a great map, bro. Like that goes on a list for me, bro. Like that's up there. Trying to think. The zombies were trash. Oh, by the way, for Ghost, forgot to mention the infection was fucking horrible. But anyway, the zombies were trash. But all in all, I thought it was a nice change of pace. I thought that the campaign was pretty decent. It's a decent game. It's a decent game. Decent game. Trying to think. Anything else I'd put in B tier? Honestly, no. No. This is tough though. No. I'm leaving it like that. I'll put Black Ops 3 in A tier. I liked it a lot. It was like that nice fine balance, because like a lot of people didn't like the full-on exosuit shit, but it was like with Black Ops 3 it was like that nice fine balance. The guns were decent. From what I remember, the maps were pretty decent. They added Nuketown in there for like the 18th time. Zombies were aight. I'm not a big Easter egg guy, you know. I really doesn't float my boat. I mean, I know Jack was pretty solid. The first map, the one that takes place in like the 20s, was pretty dope. It was good. It was a good game. They had like that free running mode that was pretty dope. Definitely not my favorite, but a very like, it was a good game for sure. Trying to think anything else I'd put up there. Now this is tough. I don't know. I almost feel like I need to kind of add another tier. Nah, I need to add another tier. I'm sorry. I gotta add another tier. Okay. All right. Cool. We're back. All right. I had to add a tier there. So basically everything kind of just gets pushed down. So that means trash would be Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 4. D would be World War II and Ghosts. C would be Advanced Warfare. B would be Black Ops 3. Okay, so now I feel a little bit more comfortable making this list for sure. A tier is gonna be Modern Warfare 3. Liked it a lot. I thought the survival mode was sick. I thought the campaign was dope. The multiplayer was just, it was good because it was basically Modern Warfare 2, but it sucks because it was just a shittier Modern Warfare 2. Let's be honest here. Wasn't bad. I had a lot of fun playing it, non-cap, but it's just not Modern Warfare 2. You know what I mean? It's just not the same. It's the same game, but it's just worse. If that makes sense. But if you like Modern Warfare 2, you're gonna like Modern Warfare 3. You like Modern Warfare 3, you're gonna like Modern Warfare 2. All in all, pretty much the same game, in my opinion. I don't think that's that hot of a take. A tier, World at War, probably. I liked World at War a lot. Okay, I'll keep it there, and I'll tell you why. So World at War was great because it introduced zombies. The campaign was a little, it was okay. It was all right. Multiplayer was all right from what I played. Didn't play a ton of the multiplayer. I was young at the time, but definitely played a shit ton of the zombies. Pretty solid game, pretty buggy, you know, but that's what you expect. The game came out in like 08, you know. All in all, like pretty huge for the franchise in a lot of ways. I believe it was like the first pivotal Treyarch game. Like all in all, you really can't complain about it. But it's definitely not as polished as some of the games that came out after. I know the MP40 was ridiculously overpowered. Very, very good. Borderline great, but it's not. These other games are, you can't hang with these other games in my opinion. All right. S tier has got to be like, S tier is COD 4, to be honest. Yeah, for sure. You have to give it. So I didn't play COD 4 when it came out, but I played like the MWR. Look, people complain nowadays, like when I remember like a couple years ago when that came out and like no one played Infinite Warfare, so you played that, and like people would complain like, oh, but there's not a lot of stuff, you know, there's not a lot of kill streaks, not a lot of guns. But you got to remember that this was the game. Like they had the CODs before that, but this was the game that launched it. This was the pivotal moment, and just for the simple fact that it was that revolutionary to the franchise is the reason why you have to put it S tier. Like a lot of these YouTubers, even people that went outside of Call of Duty later on, you don't realize all had COD 4 fucking, you know, gameplay on their YouTubes. So it's a classic. You gotta respect it. You have fucking, you know, get no scoped. No, I believe that. No. You have Collateral. You know, like that. Just like original OG YouTube. Like this is where it all starts. You gotta respect it. And then the other S tier, and it's like so borderline, and like I almost just don't want to put, because I don't want to use like the super S, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to fuck that up, like and put too many things there. So I'm gonna put Black Ops 2 there, but I won't hate you if you put it a fucking rung above, to be honest. I mean, the multiplayer was classic. I think the campaign was kind of shot, but that's just me. I mean, I know some people loved it, not my thing. The only reason why for me, like I respect it. Like if you like, first off, like I'm a big zombies player, not huge. I also play a ton of multiplayer, but for me, that's Black Ops 2. While it had great maps, while it did good things, I think it brought zombies into a weird direction that I think hasn't recovered since. Because here's the thing, World at War, Black Ops 1 Zombies, you could play that casually, right? It's like, you don't really have to worry too much. There's only a couple doors, very simplistic gameplay. More or less just training. Like, for me, it was just like freight training, like chilling with like a couple of my boys and just like playing music, you know what I mean? Once you start getting the Easter eggs and fucking jumping on walls and fucking climbing them and shit, like, you lose me. That's just me. Even though it's Black Ops 3 that I'm referencing. But you get my point. But all in all, I mean, a classic game. Like one of the few, like probably in my top 10 ever, honestly. Probably in my top 10 ever, I'm not gonna cap. But anyway, okay. And then the two GOATs. And then you can really pick your favorites, right? Like it doesn't really matter here. You could go either or for me. Modern Warfare 2, one of those games, that was like really like the first one where I was like really starting to get into it. Didn't play it a ton, I'll be honest. But every single one of my friends had it. Every single one. It was just like, whether I was playing, not playing, it was a great game. It was a great game. I beat the campaign. Great campaign. Obviously you have like missions like no Russian, you know. Multiplayer was broken, you know, like there was a lot of problems. Like I know suppressors like worked only like half the time, like Noob Tube One Man Army, Danger Close. I mean, that was ridiculous. Like, don't get me wrong, was it perfect? No, but it was just, that's when you picture Call of Duty, like that's the game. That's when it was at its height. Like these two games right here, and I'll go into Black Ops in a second. This is, in my opinion, like the real golden age. Like you could argue COD 4 to Modern Warfare 2, that's fine. These two games is when it was like their shit didn't stink, you know? But all in all, just like iconic game, literally. And then Black Ops 1, if I had to choose, Black Ops 1 is my favorite Call of Duty ever. Just because the zombies are iconic. The multiplayer, pretty stellar. The campaign, I love. Like there's not like a thing that I hate about that game, literally. Now, would I say Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer is probably a little bit better than Black Ops? But the fact that all in all three like major components, plus they had like the Dead Ops arcade, was stellar. I might run some zombies at some point, honestly, on this channel. But let me know what you guys think of the list. I'm definitely gonna have to edit this like crazy. I didn't realize I was gonna talk for fucking 20 minutes straight about this. Please like, comment, subscribe, the whole 9 yards. Give me your list down below. I'll see you guys later.